It is indeed a pleasure to start our program by introducing a young man who we first got to know some years back when he was working with this committee, the Budget Committee, John Kasich.
It's on Mike Love.
Paul is a fifth-generation Wisconsin native and born and raised in the very district he represents, almost unheard of. He studied economics and political science at Miami University in Ohio, and if you can believe it, he's now in his 7th congressional term. He must have been elected about 15 or 16 years of age. He's a senior member of the Ways and Means Committee, and obviously the thing that he's doing today is his chairmanship of the House Budget Committee. As the architect of a roadmap for America's future, why he has stepped out and made commitments unusual in the Congress, and as soon as he published it, we joined with him and said, "We love you, we're going to support it, how can we help?" And so he has become equally a devotee of right-sizing of government, which we've been working on. And so I'm very pleased to bring you the man who forces President Obama to listen, Paul Rack.
Thank you, Lou. I've never been in this room before. I feel like I'm in the United Nations or something like that. Thank you for that, Lou. I have to be, unfortunately, fairly brief because we have a lot going on today. I would just simply say that history clearly repeats itself. Look at where we are right now, and look at where we were in the late 70s. It's almost as if we're repeating many of the same mistakes that the Carter administration repeated. We have a dangerous world. We have a threat from radical fundamentalist Islamic totalitarianism, and it's important that we call things for what they are. That's what Ronald Reagan did with the Cold War, and that's what we need to do now. We have rampant regulation, which is stifling job creation, entrepreneurship, and business growth and development. We need to tackle that and deal with that. We have a tax system that is complicated, complex. It penalizes all those qualities that make America great: saving, investing, taking risks, building a business. That needs to be done. We have spending that's out of control, and that will be the undoing of us if we don't deal with it. And we have monetary policy. I just came in, and many are saying now, we do have a choice of two futures. And if we do our job and attack with our principles, like Ronald Reagan did, then we will give the country a very clear choice. Do you want a limited government, free enterprise, opportunity society with a safety net, or do you want to stay in the same path we are on and leave our kids and our grandkids with a European-style, cradle-to-grave social welfare state? Do we want stagnation, or do we want prosperity? Do we want to kick the can down the road and end up with austerity and manage decline? Or do we want to address our problems now so we can grow and prosper and push the boundaries of prosperity like America has always known? Is our best century this one, or is it the last one? These are the questions that are basically up for grabs, and if we take credence from Ronald Reagan's optimism, from his determination, from his persistence, then I think we'll be fine. And I think that that is where we're going, and I'm very excited about it, and I'm excited about this opportunity for our country. And like Ronald Reagan, I look at the glass half full. I grew up on the Rock River. I live 4 blocks from it today. I swam and therefore drank a little bit of that water. So I'd like to thank Ronald Reagan, who grew up just down the Rock River. You know, that Midwest optimism, that Midwest persistence is something that we're all excited about reapplying in this generation, because our problems are remarkably similar, different in some other instances, but the principles that need to be reapplied are exactly the same, and that's precisely what we're up to do. So thank you very much for coming out today. I appreciate your indulgence, Lou.